Hello and welcome to Magic Plays. My name is Damien and this is 7 Days to Die Alpha 19. This is actually my second attempt at recording this, as the first attempt resulted in some glitch blocks showing what some research has shown is the distant POI mesh. I'm not entirely sure exactly what it was, but we're going to give this a second attempt. If we can't get the recording going right this time, then I will restart the YouTube series on another day. But currently, we're going to go ahead and grab up a bunch of fiber, get our bedroll together, get our axe together, all of our starter quests, so we can get our standard starting skills. So real quick, let's go ahead and get this bedroll up. And we're going to throw some things in our inventory and scrap a couple of things. Drop this land claim block. That's not going to be necessary. And throw that bed down. Pick it back up. That's going to take care of the first quest. And then for now, just start working on gathering a little bit of wood. There's our couple of wood. We need a couple of small stones. Get our axe together. And then from there, we'll get back to prepping. Looks like the meshing is proper here. If I can not aggravate every zombie that I see, that would be great. Let's go ahead and punch this lady out. Looks like it's going to be fist weapons for this playthrough. Which would be nice because the new steel fist weapon, I don't really remember what it's called, actually really interests me. Let's go ahead and get our plant fiber gear together. We're starting in a desert. This is a custom generated map using nitrogen. If you haven't used it, I highly recommend it. It's very powerful. There's some custom POIs you can get access to through it. It is a very wonderful system to have access to. Alright, we've got all of our starting equipment up. We're going to grab a little bit of wood here and get a wooden club together. Fantastic. We've got a weapon. Now I'm not quite so aggravated by the occasional wandering zombie. Being in the desert isn't the worst thing in the world. We do have ample access to oil, as well as some rather useful ingredients, aloe vera being one of them. Gonna go ahead and grab up some more wood out of this tree real quick before we move on. Alright. Tree down. Check. Let's check this trash. You never know what you're going to find in these piles of garbage. Sometimes nothing. Sometimes you do in fact find exactly what you're looking for. Typically the travel part of this series I would... Oh, and there's our source of feathers. Come back here, Mr. Chicken. I just need you to stand still long enough for me to harvest you. Thank you. And before you jump in the chat and say, oh no, harvest the chicken with the knife. I don't have a knife yet. I would like to. But I just don't believe I have all of the ingredients required. It's taking a little too long for my inventory to open up here. I can make a bow, but I still need another stone before it's going to give me credit for having made the bow, so there we go. There's the bow and the arrow. Done and dusted. Collect a little more wood. Now it's going to want us to make a wood frame block. And in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can find an actual rock here. And here's one of those custom POIs now in the form of a greenhouse. So that'll be a nice thing to make use of going forward. Let's go ahead and slap this frame down, upgrade it, done. And we're going to need a couple more stones so we can get a campfire together. And then building and placing that campfire is going to take care of the last basic quest. We're going to get a pop-up here. And let's go ahead and grab our healing factor. There we go. Cardio. Daring Adventurer, and Sexual Tyrannosaurus. Healing factor is going to allow us to heal a little bit as long as our hunger is doing well. Cardio is going to use less stamina as we sprint. Sexual Tyrannosaurus lets us use less stamina per swing so we can mine and get things like stone faster. And the Daring Adventurer is going to give us more choices when we turn in quests at the trader. The trader is going to be our best friend, as that's where we're going to get all of our good gear. But before we make our way out to the trader, we need to clear out a POI and make a home. I'm thinking this greenhouse is going to be that home. Or more to the point, this house next to the greenhouse. I really like the greenhouse. It's definitely, there's actually a couple of them here. It definitely looks like it's going to be a useful thing to have available, especially when it comes to food. I believe I wanted to repair that. Thank you. So let's see if this is going to be any trouble. It is unlocked. Wonderful. And just inside of here, I'm going to go ahead and slap that bedroll down and shut the door. And let's make our way through the house, clear it out of any infected. Man, this is actually pretty well furnished, and there's a few bookcases in here too. Oh, I am really liking that. Things seem to be a bit blurry. Let's see if we can adjust for that. You know what? I'm not sure. I'll deal with it later. For now, we've got plenty of good plants here. We do have some infected to deal with, if you will. It's not... And at this rate, we're going to have our first level before we finish clearing out this POI. Is that all? Are we quite done? Because I chose this place for its usefulness, not necessarily for the incredible amount of zombies I thought I would find here. Not going to complain about the bird's nests. Again, bird's nests mean arrows. Arrows are always useful. I'll search those lockers after I'm done clearing the area out. There is another level to this home, so before we get too involved in looting everything, let's finish clearing it. And we've got someone outside the door. Not anymore. Okay, I think we are clear. So I'm going to go ahead and get another one of those land claim blocks, because as I understand, they do prevent zombie spawns within the claim. And let's start going through these bookshelves. Why do I hear a dog? Yeah, this is, we could not have started next to a better POI, ladies and gentlemen. This is fantastic. It really is. Just loot abound. Yes, I'm encumbered, but that is worth dealing with. Loot abound, and I believe I just found something that's going to increase our loot bonus already. These running shoes are going to be better for our resistances. Let's go ahead and throw that down. Read through all of these schematics. and then scrap the extras, which for some reason schematics are spawning in pairs for me. Not exactly something I expected to see, but okay. Yeah, there are freaking dogs outside. Why? Why are there dogs outside? Weapon bag. There's a level 3 club. We can go ahead and scrap that and replace it. And let's queue that up for repair. Wonderful. And we've got a better hat. Again, anything that's going to help us with the heat resist is what we want right now. Dealing with those dogs is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. They always happen to be they always end up being a pain. Wow, just really all of these bookcases are wonderful to have right away. You know, sources of metal right away, sources of medicines, and I'm gonna have to clear out that other greenhouse at some point. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I want to place this land claim block. Let's get it somewhere mildly out of the way. Right there is fine. Alright, let's go ahead and open the door. I'm sure that we've got problems near us because I'm hearing the howls. Okay, there's the dog. And there's a zombie over there. Alright, he's dealt with. Can we get our arrow back from him? No? Okay. And let's go ahead while we've got the time. We're going to get some arrows crafted up. They're not ideal, but having them on hand is worthwhile. Let's see here. We've got a sleeper right there. Get her out of the way. See if we can't... Man, they are just swarming me already. It's not even nighttime. You're done. That dog is going to be a bit of a problem. A little short of him. That's okay. Do I have the bone to make a knife yet? Not quite. Now I do. And we're gonna go ahead and queue up a bone knife. We want that on our hotbar. Having a knife is going to give us ample access to meat. Cooking is going to be one of the best ways to keep ourselves alive going forward. It's also going to give us hide, which is going to allow us to make a coat in a little bit. I do have a wandering, looks like armored zombie there. I've got a little Sally out here. Let's see if we can't drag her over. Zombie dog though, so I'm not going to get anything healthy off of him. However, the meat he does provide is going to be useful in making more crop plots if we need them. I don't really think we will with this POI. What was that thumpy thumpy noise? We are very rich in enemies here. This might not be the best place, but it's going to be home. We're calling it home. All right, let's finish wandering around, see what we can loot. We've got some blueberry plants in here. We've got some pumpkin plants in here. Goldenrod is useful to have. I think this is aloe vera. Yucca. We've got a lot of really useful plants in here. Some coffee. Working stiff box. There's a level 2 axe and some iron ingots. Wow. Alright. Well, that axe just got replaced that quickly. We've got these lockers. I know I said we'd go through those real quick. Some armor. Right away. Even more armor. And a mod for that armor. Let's go ahead and get that. You know, I would generally prefer light armor here. And I think we're going to go light armor and fists. For now, though, we're going to stick to what we have. This skullcap mod is going to give us more heat resist than anything. But you know what? Anything's worth having, I guess. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess the best place to go from here is get ourselves some more stone. We're going to want to get a campfire and get cooking in here. And really just kind of start setting everything up. Because come day 2, which will be episode 2, every episode is going to be a day of play. There's a campfire right out here. If it weren't for the fact that we're outside, I would definitely make use of it. I kind of want to clear out this other greenhouse real quick. So let's get our stone out of here. We're going to get a campfire together. We're going to get a storage chest together because we are weighed down a little bit here. And I don't want to be too weighed down right now. And then for our first skill, you know, I am really thinking I want to go brawler and light armor. So I'm going to start in on the light armor. It's going to give us leather armor crafting. And we're going to be able to make tier 2 leather armor right away. So let's see what we need for that. I believe it's padded. Oh no, leather armor is done on a workbench, so padded is going to be what we're working with. But we need duct tape, and for duct tape we need dirty water. I haven't found any dirty water here, which is actually a bit of a surprise. And I'm going to go ahead and start breaking down some of the furniture here. And let's grab those chairs. We're going to break those down. And we need storage. So I can make a storage chest. I would really like to have nails so we can start making these wooden storage crates because we can make labeled ones. And with those, just keep our storage a little more organized. For now, I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of chests. And we're just going to use one to sort out our food items and the other to sort out everything else. So we're going to throw our raw meat and our eggs in here, this jar of honey, and I believe that's all the food items that we have besides our can of chili and starting water. We want to keep things like wood and plant fibers and stone on us, things that we get a lot. There's no sense putting them in a chest unless we have a full stack of them. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do that. So let's just go ahead and throw everything else on in there. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to clear out this other greenhouse. See what we can do about getting a little more experience. And start working down the road to fist weapons. And for now, I'm just going to make my way back in the house. That was far more eventful than I was prepared for. Holy crap. Let's go ahead and get a campfire made. We need to cook some food up, like now. What do we do with that meat? Throw some wood on there. Alright, and we're going to run a second run around here. There's 2 campfires. See what's in a couple of these spots that we haven't checked yet, like the coolers. There's some coffee. There's a little bit of food. We've got cupboards. There's some jars. More jar and nitrate. And really just want to get all we can out of this POI before we try to move on. And actually, having that chest there is rather useful. It's just more storage that I didn't have to craft. Oh boy. My heart's still racing a little bit after that. Let's go ahead and turn this fire off. Grab the wood from it back. I'm going to get a stone spear together real quick. I'm a little more comfortable running around with a spear than I am a club. Spears have greater range. Let's see here. And I've got a dog outside. Alrighty. Sorry, pup, but you had to become a meal. And with that said, I honestly think it's getting about time we jump right into upgrading the base, because if I don't get on that soon, then I think I'm going to be overrun before I have a chance to. Problem is, I don't have a whole lot of wood to do that with, and I've got a lot of glass in here. So I'm not really sure where to, we're just going to start boarding up windows. Now we hopped into a quick time lapse here because upgrading structures can take a good deal of time. So throughout this point we're just upgrading the windows and trying to secure it a little bit, upgrading the lower walls as we can. Clearly we don't make it all the way through because we just don't have enough wood. You're going to notice I'm knocking down these wood piles in here. They are one of the best sources of wood in the game. Anytime you see them, knock them down. You're going to get far more wood than you would from a tree or some other source. I also take out a bunch of the barrels and the crate and anything else that seems to be in the way for upgrading in the future. This whole greenhouse at some point is going to be upgraded at least 3 tiles high. Just to help keep the zombies out at night. I think I'm going to end up making another place where we can defend during horde night, because I just don't want to risk the greenhouse and all the crops that are in here. So with that, that's going to be the end of the time lapse. Hopefully we won't have too many of these in future episodes. Keep things moving in positive directions. That's not an upgradable piece. What is that? I'm out of wood. Alright. Well then, for now, we've got some of this defense laid out. We're still not doing great on health. I really don't like how poorly we're doing on that. It is not doing us any favors, and it's mostly because we're not really all that satiated. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more eating, and we'll cook up some of the food that we have. Throw that wood in there for fuel. This jar of honey here, that's going to give us a little bit of food and health. I don't want to. Jars of honey are better for infection. But right now I kind of have to. And you can see our health starting to go up from that jar of honey, and it's going to keep going up as long as our hunger is satiated down here. I'm going to go ahead and drink some water too while I'm at it. That's going to save a little space in our inventory, and we're going to find some nearby water source. I think that's going to be the only way we're really going to be able to keep going here. I'm going to grab a little bit of red tea, some coffee. Coffee is going to increase our stamina regen for a bit. And let's see if we can't find some water source nearby. What is just random area of marble? Okay, I'm not mad at it. Cement mixer plans? No. Plenty of stone though. Alright, usually these bridges appear over top of water. Not today. There's another zombie there in our greenhouse. We're going to leave her alone. Hopefully she'll leave us alone for a minute. I really just want to find a water source before the day starts coming to a close, which will be right around the 18 to 20 hour mark in game. You can see the time there at the top. And we're just going to, you know, keep searching. Again, having water on hand is very important, especially early on in game. You don't want to run out. Looks like I've got a lake right over here, and that's going to be our target. So let's go ahead and get running, and I really got to stop running into those cactuses. Alright, there's some dirty water. That's going to give us glue and thus duct tape. Go ahead and take care of this crawler here while he's running around. Alright, let's take care of Repairman, man. Why you run? Come on. Alright, you're done. And we have leveled up. Let's go ahead and work our way back in. Oh, man, really? Gotcha. Now, vultures can break ceilings now, which is something that I didn't take into account. There's another one. Into the house. Just get in. Yeah, vultures will attack and break ceilings and doors and walls and whatnot, just like zombies will. Speaking of which, we've got a zombie somewhere around here. Outside this... Oh, it's a dog. This is very much the most densely populated area of zombies I have ever seen in 7 Days to Die. I have never had this much going on right out the gate the way I do today. Alright, that's the food chest. Let's grab our leather. We're going to grab these empty cans and scrap them down for iron. And we're going to get some knuckle wraps together. We're going to get this this whole fist weapon thing started. So Brawler is under the Fortitude tree. And that's going to give us access to tier 2 knuckle wraps, which will end up replacing this wooden club. So that wooden club has a melee damage of 16. The knuckles have a lower melee damage but lower stamina cost and higher attack speed. So we're going to go ahead with those. Plus they just look cooler, honestly. And let's see about breaking down some more things for wood and other various materials. We really need to get moving on protecting ourselves. Do some looting while we're at it. We have gotten pretty lucky with the loot lately. It's strange that the game state seems to be obnoxiously high, considering I've only managed to make it to, what, level 3 already? Having those looting goggles has certainly been helpful, but not, but zombies have just been everywhere, and I wonder if it's just the fact that we're in the desert that they're so abundant. Alright, let's see if we can't upset Big Joe here. Where is he? And he had to jump. Man, I cannot get that arrow into him. Alright, you know what? We're just going to go at this the old-fashioned way. There he goes. Okay. Again, the health is not doing too great. I don't really know how we're going to handle that in the in the long term. Let's just go ahead and grab these aloe vera plants. I might get into some of the plant gathering upgrades. That may be in our best interest. Let's go ahead and knock this cactus down real quick. I don't like running into them, and I seem to be prone to it. Alright, the time is now about 5:30 in the game. We are getting to a closing point for the episode at about 6 o'clock, 1800 hours. We're going to call it a close to the episode, and that'll be the end of it. I'll move on to the editing process. So let's just go ahead, scoop up some plant fiber. I believe I can make some bandages and whatnot with it. Not entirely sure. What all am I sitting on? Cobblestone, I can use that for upgrading my defenses. I've got these barracks chairs. What am I hearing? That one. Okay. Just go ahead and miss her, apparently. What's in this? Nothing. Of course. That's not lootable yet. Man, I just swarmed. I have had games where I don't see zombies for the first day or two, and it seems like here, that's all I'm seeing. Is zombie after zombie after zombie, and even down to the vultures, they're all over the place. So what I think I'm going to do to make this a more defensible structure, at least until I get the horde base up and running, we're going to eliminate these stairs. We're going to set up a ladder system, or a jump ladder system. What's in this nightstand? I haven't looked in that yet. T-shirt and a flashlight. That's going to give me some extra heat resist, and I don't believe I'm wearing any actual armor yet. So let's go ahead and wear that. Anything else I've missed up here? Just that, huh? Okay. And we're going to go ahead and break down, again, furniture. Really, like, get all the usable resources we can out of this place while we can. There's a chest I missed. Nothing. That's going to have charcoal in it. I don't really have a need for it right now. Pick up these chairs. We'll break those down. Take care of this table here. See, normally something like this would be useful if I had a gun, which will be the advantage of visiting the trader. Trader is 1.2 kilometers out, but I believe they close at 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock, something like that. So we don't really have time for that. But again, it is now 6 o'clock in game, so it's time to end the episode. Between episodes, I will be doing some of the night work of the game. So definitely, I will show you what I've done between episodes at the start of every episode. Episodes are going to start at early morning, so where today started at about 7 in the morning. The future episodes are going to be starting more in the 4 to 5 in the morning, just as daylight starts to break in the game, just so we can get more into the episode of the day. We're going to be skipping a lot of traveling in favor of showing the more interesting pieces of the episodes. Let's go ahead and scrap that chair and just put some things away here at the end. Don't want the wood and stone put away. That flashlight I don't really want to have on me. Alright. So with that being said, thank you for joining me. Stay tuned next week for another episode of 7 Days to Die Alpha 19. This has been Magic Plays. My name is Damien. Until next time.